Hi, I'm Monty McKinnon. Thanks for joining me today. In the workshop today, I'm about to do a job that basically most people who have their own shop don't like to do. And that's coming up right after the intro. All right, we're back. That job I was talking about is not drinking English breakfast tea. Everybody loves that. The job I'm talking about is sharpening tools, and in particular, sharpening chisels. And the funniest thing happened to me. I've had this little workstation here, it's a workshop, for years. And I wanted to buy this attachment so that I could drop down and put the planes for sharpening the knives on a plane, a wide one or a narrow one. And you can't get this anymore, and you can't find it anymore. And I was really disappointed, and I'm looking at things, and people are making all kinds of contraptions, and they've got little mini stations made up and a platform coming across to duplicate this. And I pull this out because I wanted to show you me sharpening this today. I wanted to show how I was going to do that. And there, with all the various pieces, is this thing, because I bought it at the same time I bought this and I didn't even know it. I'd totally forgotten. Oh, a brain is a terrible thing to waste. But this is what you do. First thing you do when you're sharpening your tools here is you flatten the back, and you do that very carefully by setting it down like so. So I come over here and I want to get the black, or the back of this thing, nice and smooth. This is a 220 paper. It's a sandpaper that I'm using. Oh yeah, that's way better. I can almost feel it now. You don't have to apply a lot of pressure. You just keep it nice and smooth, and away you go. Now, you set the angle on this by making an adjustment here, and it shows in a little window on the side. Well, what you do then is you simply take this and push it up underneath. You hear that? And what that does is puts a little bead right across there. Oh, that's really, really sharp. Ooh, I'm liking that. Just take that burr off there now. It's pretty good. However, we're going to make it better. But before I do that, I'm going to just quickly clean this thing. I flip this over. By the way, I still am in the process of gluing the top, and we're done. Now, what I'd like to do, I've got some of it glued together here, and I'm going to head over and pull the go bars off, and what we'll do next is glue in another brace or two, and I'll show you that. And then I want to come back and talk to you about, because I'm looking into the future here, about what the shape of the head of the neck is going to look like, the peg head up here. Not sure. I'm kind of leaning towards doing a Martin shape, which is kind of square rectangle, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. So let's head over here. So here we are at this here, and the beauty of this is the fact that these clamps, they just work so well to hold all of this in place. And as you know, I find that working on just a few clamps at a time helps, or rather a few braces at a time helps, so that I can see it. Okay, we're all set to go. I'm going to put some glue on there. We got that lined up pretty darn good. Oh, this is looking good, friends. Okay, I've got that glued in. It's going to dry. It doesn't take long. We'll leave that for about 40 minutes or 45 minutes. I've got more chisels to clean up here, and I want to get on with that because what we're doing is we're preparing for when we're going to carve and shape all the braces on the top of the guitar for the top, and then get ready to do the neck, and I want to do that. Now before we go, I want to show you two diagrams. Diagram A has a line that's looking like a peg head. This is B. Look at that hand go, shake, baby. I'll tell you one thing, paintings with oil and doing different paintings, I'd be great at blending the sky, no problem whatsoever. I want to know what you think, A or B or something different, and you can leave that information in the comment section down below if you will. Since this has been a bit of a disastrous day, it's cold outside, it looks like it's going to be snowing anytime now, and if you really like overcast days, gray skies, cold weather, snow, come on up and we invite you to join us. It's terrible living up here. I really should be somewhere in Texas or maybe Missouri or maybe down in Florida or South Carolina, Georgia, somewhere warm. Oh dear, what do we do? Set of circumstances. And to believe my family actually left with the Empire Loyalists from the 13 colonies to come up here to this weather? What were they thinking? Oh, obviously they weren't. All right, friends, that's it for me today. Thanks very much for joining me.